Welcome into Gold Boys Live. I'm Brad Thomas here with Josh Lander. As you see, it's just the two of us. Before we get into things, I want to thank our sponsors, Sleeper Picks. Use code Gold Boys to get up to $100 deposit match. Also, thank you to Pickett Sports. Remember, smart bettors always shop their lines. Josh, let's talk about things. We didn't have a reaction really yesterday. The basketball games were okay. So let's just get straight into Thursday night football. Shout out to Roger Goodell for giving us an absolute stinker. Snooze fest, Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to go with the play. It's going to be probably not fun for people. You know, when you think about the standalone game on Thursday, you want to bet overs. But I'm going to take Miles Sanders under 23 and a half rushing yards. It's even money right now. Miles Sanders, I know he's been dealing with injury, but even since week 3, you could say since the beginning of the season, his snap count has kind of juggled with Chuba Hubbard. After week 3, it's been 43%, 46%. Then he got hurt in 6 and sat out 7. Then we came back at 18% and 25%. I don't think he sees more than 30% snap share. And they're going against a Bears defense who's kind of been underrated. We know they were pretty bad in weeks 1 through 3, but since weeks 4 and on, they've been top 10 defensive unit against the running back. I also don't think that the Panthers are going to play with the lead. We might see Justin Fields today. What the Bears are a 3.5 point favorite. Do you have any action on this, or do you have a lean on the side or total?
As far as the side or total goes, I definitely lean under.
Yeah.
It's 38.5. There were some 39s recently, and I'm seeing mostly 38.5 at this point. Um, I haven't hit that. I would lean under. I have a buddy who's trying to get me to take the 3.5 in a like pick 'em pool that we're in for the NFL every week, where you got to make 5 picks. And I'm like, dog, just stay away from Thursday night and don't worry about that one. But I'm actually on the same train of thinking with you as you with player props. I'm actually just taking Chuba Hubbard's over, to be
Oh,
honest.
smart. Yeah.
Yeah, at 41 and a half yards, it really hasn't moved at all. You can get 40 and a half, sorry, right now as well, which I would take for sure, take the over on that because I mean, you said it all. I mean, you can run on this Bears defense for sure. I mean, they've gotten better depending on who they've been playing as of late as well. And like this offensive line for Carolina, don't love it. Obviously, hasn't been great keeping Bryce Young upright, but it really just comes down to the volume for Chuba, where I think the books have him as the RB1. I think the fans kind of have him as the RB1, and now it looks like Reich and company are going to be having a Chuba. They're going to be feeding him, obviously, like you said. If you were talking about the game log for Miles Sanders and how that's just plummeted, and yeah, obviously it's just coincided completely with Chuba going from 78% snap share. That was when Sanders was out, then still
Yep.
maintaining 65 and above since Sanders came back for a reason. Like he's the running back, and Sanders had 2 drops last week, so now he might
Yep.
also be the catching running back. So I'm with you on that. Just playing it a slightly different way.
Yeah, Sanders saw 2 carries and 6 carries in respective games for the Panthers. I like that, and it's not like you're asking for like a massive number. The books have him at 11 and a half for his carries for Chuba Hubbard. So if he
That
hits the
feels like an
12,
over two, Brad. 15
yeah,
and
I
16 in
think
his last two.
yeah, I think I'm gonna hit that as well. We would need and we need a drastic game script, but with a total at 38, like we can't. It's probably not gonna be that drastic of a game script. Let's talk about first touchdown scores. Let me
Yeah.
look this up real
Real quick,
quick.
but just because of what you said made me think of it, I'm also gonna now look at uh what was it? What were you just saying? You were saying not a lot of oh yeah, largest lead at any point in the game. Maybe taking an under on that.
What
If
is
we
it?
can I was gonna go look for it. So we can go to the first touchdown stuff and I'll take a look for it real quick.
Okay, cool. First touchdown score, short shot, Devonta Foreman at 5-1. Justin Fields at 6-1. Chuba Hubbard plus 750. Man, first touchdown scores are tough, right? Um, I want to go against the grain here, but I think it's too hard to pass up on Cole Kmet at 8-1. Whether you get Badgett or Justin Fields, I think Cole Kmet's going to see a lot of red zone targets. I'd imagine they get to the red zone before. If you think so, I think if you don't think so, I'd probably take Thielen. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Cole Kmet here as
Did
my
you read those out real quick?
anytime. Yeah, yeah. Devonta Foreman 5-1, Field 6-1, Chuba Hubbard plus 750. DJ Moore 8-1. Roshan Johnson 12-1. Thielen 8-1. Sanders, sorry, this is out of order. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Sanders 14-1. Chark 14-1. Komet 8-1. Mooney 16-1. Badgett 18-1. Mingo 18-1. Hurst 20-1. Evans 20-1. Scott 20-1. Bryce Young 28-1. I think like the longest odds on here is only 50-1. Mercedes
Yeah.
Lewis,
Jeez.
Trent Taylor.
Mercedes
Robert.
Lewis.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
there's gonna be
Resurrected.
if there's gonna be someone who hits him, and if he hits, they're gonna be all over Twitter talking about waving their flag, like whatever. That's wild.
Whoever that person is. Yeah, man. I mean, it's an ugly, gross game without, like, the promise of many touchdowns in general, right?
Yeah,
I think the only thing that scares me about an under or, like, not just fading points in different ways in this game is what if there's a turnover on the 20? Like, how reasonable is that for
yeah,
Bajan, right? In this one as well, as Bryce Young, who's had the 2 pick sixes last week. Like, that's the only way that type of bet gets screwed in my opinion, because I don't see, like, these 12 play, right, like 78-yard drives coming out for these two teams necessarily. So it's that's partly why it's like, where's the bonus here? Like, it's almost just like, yeah, Komet or Bajent even, are
yeah,
worth it. Chuba Hubbard's juice isn't that bad at 750. If Will were on the show making us pick one, I think I would just take Bajent at 1300 for what, I think he'll probably be running for his life a little bit from time to
yeah.
time.
I think that's a pretty good long shot. You know, it's kind of funny. I didn't realize this, but DJ Moore is plus 290 to have the most receiving yards in the game.
Wow.
I
As
like
opposed to
that. I
who?
like
Thielen?
Thielen at plus 175,
Wow.
especially
You
if
said
Thielen put up a stinker last week.
You said 290 for DJ Moore.
Yeah, I think I'd like that over his receiving
Yeah.
prop. Do you know the status on Justin Fields?
I was gonna ask you that. Will you look it up real quick? Because I was gonna look
Yeah,
at, DJ Moore's recent numbers with Bagent real quick, because I think he's still getting, like, 8 targets a game. So that really feels good, what you're saying with his leading the
Justin
game in
Fields
receiving.
is out.
Yeah, he's officially out. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like even looking at his log, like I don't know, it's tough, I guess. 30-44 against the Saints, 55 against the Chargers, but he had
Yeah.
8 receptions against the
Right.
Raiders.
Right. So he's getting it's the targets last week were shit. He got 5 of them. He had a couple of
Yeah.
rushes, but, like, yeah, that's annoying. But even since Bajan's been there, it's been about 7 um, targets per game. I still think it's a good bet. The longest, or I'm sorry, the biggest lead for either team is 13.5. The under is even money. Just throwing that
Wow.
back out there.
Let's like I love these longest reception props. Let's see what we have at for a whole.
Like, for
I
the whole
probably would
game?
no for like everyone. I'd probably
Yeah.
take Cole Kmet under 15.5.
Hmm. He was a monster last week.
Yeah, but it's just longest reception. Like he was
Yeah.
catching a lot of underneath routes.
Yeah.
They don't have the quarterback's longest throws here, do they? Let's see what they are.
They
I
probably
was
do.
I was playing Bryce Young under like 28.5 a lot.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
that's
was
why.
it was up at,
It,
like, 35, it kept going
yeah.
down, we kept talking
Now
about it
it's
too.
down to 21.5.
Yeah, we were talking about it with, who was it? With Monotone the other day
Yeah.
too. Yeah, he
Yeah,
loved
it's
that.
down now. Now you're just like, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. He had a long one to Hurst last week of, like, 50 yards, dude. That was
yeah.
someone I was looking at, by the way. It was all in the, like, second half, but he was throwing Hurst's way, like, every time I feel
Oh,
like
it's
Hurst was
it's
on the field.
32 now. It's 32. But new
That's
new
funny.
play caller, 32. I probably man, God,
You still like the under on
probably
that?
yeah, I'd probably still play the under there.
Man,
Both quarterbacks minus money to throw an interception. Bryce Young a minus 135. Badgett minus 145. Either of those
man.
guys interest you?
What was it again? Say it again.
Minus 135 for Bryce Young to throw an interception. Minus 145 for Badgett to throw an interception.
I love the Bryce Young number.
He just
I think
throws balls that are so turnover worthy, which is crazy
all
because,
the
like in
time.
college, he didn't throw a lot of turnover worthy balls.
Really?
But that transition is pretty tough.
Yeah, these cornerbacks are a little bit different, man. It's a little
Yeah,
different here.
speed everywhere.
It's a little different up here. Um, No, that was mostly, I think I like an under for the largest lead with such a low total. But then again, like, yeah, because I just don't see touchdowns being scored for these
No.
teams. That's why it's like it'd be hard to get like I could see a 9-0 game, but like
Yeah.
that doesn't get you to 13.5. So a lot of field
Uh,
goals, man. Maybe
yeah,
just a
it's
field goal game.
confirmed. Fields is out. They announced it earlier. I think it
Yeah.
was last night, 22 hours ago.
Yep.
Let's move over to the
Um,
NBA.
okay.
I think we can put a bow on that game because
Yeah.
I want to talk about let's talk about Bucks Pacers. I'm just confused about this line. I know you cover way more NBA than me. The Bucks, I know they're on the second half of back to back, are a -3.5 favorite against the Pacers. I don't understand why I'm not hitting that. Giannis only played 21, 22 minutes last night. They're not sitting anybody. So what they said. What do you think about that game?
So I'm playing that game a little bit differently than the full game because the reason that if you want the short answer to the reason why you wouldn't bet that just take the side is they're the 5th worst defensive team in the league. They give up the, like, 3rd most points, off on fast break, which is not gonna be good against a Pacers team if you're not getting back. They can't defend the wing or the 3 points. Their rebound percentage way worse than last year. It's like, just have it hasn't been figured out yet, but with Dame and Giannis on offense, and on defense, they're just so much worse that there's gonna be games that they lose like they almost did to the Pistons. Like, even if Giannis wasn't playing and it was like Drew and Chris Middleton last year, which to be fair to Dame, I think Chris didn't play last night either. Like they
Yeah,
still won those games by more than 2. And they had to pull it out by holding them scoreless for a while in the 4th. So like that's kind of why. And I think that's why I went from 4 to 3 already for the Pacers.
yeah.
So like I hear you because I think Giannis is gonna be pissed. That might be an angle that you can use. But I think there's better ways to attack it than just the straight side, to be honest.
I took Giannis 30 plus at plus 140 and then over 27.5. Those lines are crushed now. It's 30 plus is minus 130.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't like giving out stale lines, but let me talk to you about this, okay?
Yep.
We have seen this Bucks team get eaten alive by guards. Through 7 games so far this season, they can't cover the guard position to save their lives. Malik Beasley's probably going to be on Halliburton? No, no. Malik Beasley's gonna be on Mather and Halliburton on Dame. Would you
It's
rather?
tough. It's tough. Like that's the problem. Is like you put Dame on Mather, and he's still gonna probably eat him up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay, this is what I was asking. Let me pull it up. Oh, dang it! They moved the line. The line's been shattered now.
Which
Holy
one?
smokes! I was gonna ask you. If Benedict Matherin was like plus 300 for 15 points. Holy smokes! That line got shattered to plus
Yeah.
130.
Mm,
Man, I should have bet that this morning.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's tough.
Now he's plus you can find a plus 500 for 20 plus. So that
Yeah.
shows you people hit the 15 to 1 but left the 20 the 5 to 1.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, would you rather take Halliburton at for 30 plus at 4 to 1, or would you rather take Matherin at 15 at 3 to 1? But now let's change it. Would you take Matherin at 20 points at 5 to 1?
Here's my problem with betting on points for this team right now is they have I don't is anybody averaging 20? I had it up real
I
quick,
don't
but
think so.
yeah, like
Definitely not Benedict Matherin, but he did score 22 against the Jazz. Shot 9 for 18.
yeah, that's a good that was last night. That was a good matchup. For him as well. Their guards suck on defense,
Suck.
but that's what
Suck.
we're saying. That's what we're saying right now. That like we're talking about a really bad defensive team against guards as well. I still do like the whoever Dame's guarding on
Yeah, right?
is who you like. I'm looking real quick. So player points on this team. Yeah, okay. Tyrese is at 23. Then Miles Turner's at 17. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys that are averaging at least 11 points.
Wow.
And
I'm
then
trying to
1, 2, like 8 and 9. Like, dude, it's a spread offense, and all 5 wide receivers touch the ball at some point in the
Yep.
game.
I'm trying to check FanDuel, like, because FanDuel might have better odds. Let's see. I was only looking at Hard Rock. FanDuel to score 15 plus. Matherin's still at plus 130. Man, Matherin 5-1. Halliburton to score 30 on FanDuel is 4-1.
So here's what
What's
I'm thinking.
okay?
I think you might want to go after Halliburton assists the way that it looks like the Bucks give up a lot of assists to point guards. They give up a lot of points to shooting guards. So there's something to be said
Okay.
for Benny Matz at this point. I would agree.
I want to
Especially
look
because
up Tyrese Halliburton's points versus the Blazers last year.
I looked it up and he didn't play them.
He didn't. He only played them once. Scored
Last
15
season.
points.
No, but
Yeah,
he didn't play. He didn't play against Dame last season. Dame wasn't in that
yeah.
game.
He didn't play against Dame in that season. That
That's
was
what I
in
was trying to find out
January.
too. I was like, what? How did he do against Dame? Didn't play him. Didn't play the Bucks in general last year either, which is
All right,
crazy.
I'm gonna put half a unit on. Hey, yes, I'm in there. It's under premium forums. I'm gonna take Matherin 20 plus points right now. I think the 5-1 is just too hard to pass up. Especially since we're talking about it. Actually, I'm just gonna put a unit on it. I don't like putting half unit on most things like that. I want to get paid in full. Oh man, I'm glad that we talked about this. Wait, the
So what
lines
did you
just
just
came
say real
down.
quick?
Why did the lines just come down? I took Benedict Mathurin 20 plus points
Okay,
at 5-1. Why did the lines just come down? Oh, they're back up. Okay.
because we're talking about it, man. Points
Yo,
and
someone in here is working
oh,
for him, man.
this is a great hit as well. Benny Matz over 16.5 points and rebounds. Also give up a ton of rebounds to shooting guards. This is a big shooting guard. Been getting the starter minutes. So yeah, I think on a back to back as well. I think I like the over 16.5 points and rebounds for him. He's averaging four boards a game. So he's right.
Hey,
He's right about that. But
Johnny Clip, the bet of the day for me is Miles Sanders under 23 and a half rushing yards. It's even money. Um, I know it's scary, but like they're going against a good, better run defense. He's probably not going to get more than 6 carries, so we just need him not to average 4 yards per carry, and we cash.
yeah.
Chat, is there any news on the Pacers right now? Because a lot of their players' lines just came down. I don't know. I'm trying to look to see. I don't. That's weird. So now you can only bet Buddy Hield, Naismith, and Turner. Maybe. We'll see. But I already bet it. I'm not taking my money away. So let's talk about the other game.
Okay, yeah. And I forgot to brag about my sweep last night in the NBA.
All right, talk about your sweep.
What's 6-0 real quick? It was a really freaking nice night, dude. So I'm being not necessarily cautious, but I'm not like trying to like just throw away the 9 units I made last night. So but for the other game, I like actually a few more props more than even in the Bucks game, to be honest. I also like Giannis in the first quarter. I think you can still get some 6.5s. Take over on that. That's pretty low for him. He averages that, and I think like, yeah, man, he's got to be pretty pissed if you saw him get ejected last
Yeah,
night.
that was
That's soft,
stupid.
fucking
He's coming
soft.
hard. That's why I took 30. That's why I took the 30
Yeah,
plus.
I like it. Yeah, I hit him at 27.5 when it came out. Like you said, it got nuked. But um, the other game I like Trae Young assists. I like Clint Capella points and rebounds. Those are my two favorite bets in that one. You 19.5 for Capella, and then over 10.5 is plus money for Trae. So I hit that. He's averaged 14 against the Magic last season.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it too. Like the Magic are really good outside the 3-point line. They're really good in the paint. They are not good everywhere else. So Trey's going to get by probably Cole Anthony, by the way. Markelle Fultz is questionable, and Gary Harris, who would have been guarding Trey the whole time, is out. That means there's nobody to stay in front of Trey between Anthony Black, too big and slow, Cole Anthony, too small and just about to be chicken, dude, about to be
Yeah.
barbecued. So like a lot of Trey stuff. But then once he gets down low, now you've got like 3 shooting guards who are like 6'10". So everybody can pack the paint for the Magic like they do on D, and then he's got a lob and kick outs. I think he keeps getting dimes in this one.
Yeah, I don't have anything for this. I was trying to find like some top scorer stuff. Nothing really tickled my fancy. I'm a Magic guy. Home game for the Magic should be electric, but the Magic just haven't had consistency among their positions or their minutes either. Still trying to work the entire rotation out here for the Magic. So it was pretty much a pass for me. I
Mm-hmm.
think I would probably play Jalen Johnson, points, rebounds, and assists, but
Yeah.
um,
Points and rebounds is a good bet too. I think it's 16.5. Points for him is 12.5. I don't hate that.
yeah,
He's gonna have some
uh,
good matchups if he
yeah.
gets minutes.
If he gets minutes, I think he's gonna have to be force fed minutes as we continue to go on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about NFL this weekend. Do you have anything
Yeah.
in pocket right now?
Man, it's a tough slate. That's why, like, I can't even really argue with my homie who's like, "Yo, can we just bet on the Bears tonight?" Or I'm sorry, the Panthers plus 3.5 against Tyson Bagent. And I started to be like, "I don't know, man." And then I started to look at the slate and I was like, "Damn, we might just well have to." Do you have any early leans? Because I'm still really I haven't put a single bet down in the NFL.
Yeah, I have some leans. I'm probably going to tease the Browns. I'm probably going to take the Browns also at plus 6.5. Their defense is just too elite. Like I know the Ravens are at home, but like good run defense, good pass defense, good defensive line. But when you think about good defensive lines, you got to kind of think about rush yards for Lamar Jackson. It's 43 and a half. Um, when you get in pressure like that, pinch pressure basically coming from the outsides, leaves lanes in the insides to go up. I probably lean Browns. The slate's tough when you look at it, when you think about it. Would you take Bengals minus 6.5? I think the Texans are in a great fade spot after that amazing comeback victory over the Bucks. Back-to-back road games, they're on a high.
Eileen, yes, I'm a Bengals believer. I it's not as fun to like them when Tone is our producer, when it's just so much better to trash them. But look, man, like Joey Burrow, it was hurt. He's not anymore. That offense is legit. I know Jamar Chase isn't making his fantasy owners as happy as he could at times, but this offense is like got a few more weapons, dude. So yeah, I think if you get the Bengals under a tutty with fading a team that is like coming off of riding probably too big of a high, I would
Yeah.
completely agree. Like, who are the Falcons, man? Who the fuck are the Falcons? For them to come off of that win like that, I'm not that impressed. I mean, look, CJ Stroud look awesome. Just obviously, hopefully, you already got those offensive rookie of the year bets in. I think we talked about it on Monday. It's like that's kind of Will's biggest takeaway from the weekend was like,
That's
okay,
a lock.
let's give
As long
that
as
to
he's
him.
healthy, that's as long as
Yeah.
he's healthy, that's
So,
that's sewn up.
I do like that bet. I'm starting to lean towards that as a legit bet. And then the um the Lions. I don't trust the Chargers.
Minus
I still,
three. Yeah, minus
yeah,
three. I'm probably gonna tease the Lions because if the Chargers win, Chargers play close games. If Chargers wins, they're
yeah,
gonna win it by three.
yeah.
That gives me a push on that leg. If I can find a book that has any 2.5 still available.
Yeah, I
What
feel
about the
that.
Jets? Let's talk about the Jets real quick. Jets are a favorite. Let's pick them versus the Raiders. I kind of like the Jets there. Rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell
Yeah,
under the lights, prime time versus the
right.
Jets. I kind of like the Jets to beat the Raiders.
It's kind of a classic fade spot, isn't it? Like they're coming off of like look at Jeff Saturday last year at the Colts, big win in his
Yep.
first game as the
And
coach,
then
and
they
then loses
sucked.
7 or 8 in a row. So, like, look, you can hide your blemishes with makeup, Giants laced makeup because you get to play the New York Giants. That's the makeup that covers up the fact that Aiden O'Connell like slang some nice balls. I don't want to like totally trash the dude, but Will Levis slang some nice balls in his first one too. And like it's gonna take it's still a project, right?
Yeah.
And so whatever we're gonna see against a team that's much better than the Giants on defense, like it does feel like an easy spot to take the Jets. You just if the magic of O'Connell continues and Antonio Pierce has more up his sleeve, fine. Then you just like you take your L and go, okay, I guess there is something here. Maybe I won't be fooled by the Raiders again. But until that comes, like, yeah, I still think the Jets are an easy bet, close to a pick 'em.
I wonder what Kyler Murray's rush prop is like against the first game back against the Falcons. Does he run
Did he
more?
get
Does he
announced
run
in?
less? Not officially, but
Okay.
he said he's on track to play. Any other games that you're looking at?
In this one, there was one no that was the like we were saying the Lions game that turned into kind of my favorite bet, and then let me pull this back up, and then the Cowboys are going to win that game by a million points, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can you lay 16.5 points with the Cowboys at home against the Giants?
Yeah, 100%. When they played the Giants, even like when they played the Giants at the end of the season last year, right? When
Yep,
the Giants were banged up and then
yep,
they destroy them like 30 points or something.
yep. 40. Oh yeah, and I thought you were talking about the game earlier in the season too. Yeah,
Yeah.
where they embarrassed them in New York. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like they're you can't score with what DeVito as your quarterback. We're all like, as Giants fans, we're kind of like, well, maybe Matt Barkley will get in. That'd be cool. Like, at least he'd be
Yeah,
better than
like
DeVito. Like, that's where we're at, dude. So, if you can't score, the Cowboys don't need to do much. Like, what in what world do the Giants? pull something out against this team. Like this Cowboys team has to be pissed. Yeah.
I have like since I have the data on let me see if I have it at hand right away. I have the data of historical trends of 14 and a half points or more is
Mm,
like wicked, like overall. I don't have it right at hand, but
like
like
for the
when
favorite.
teams, yeah, for the favorite, when they're like four, it's like has to be above 2 touchdowns. When they're more than a 2 touchdown favorite, they cover at a massive percentage.
Hmm,
Yeah,
feels
I think
right.
it's just because the books are just saying like we don't respect this team. Like, we are
And
gonna
we just can't reasonably make an NFL line above 20 points.
no, because then everyone will just tease it up.
Right.
Would you guys
Like
take
that was
their? Sorry for interrupting, but would you guys take the
No, certainly.
Giants under on their team total at 10.5?
I would
Wow.
take the Giants team total under. How are they gonna score 3 times? Like
I
who
just
on
don't
that
see
team is
it.
gonna score 3 times?
I
Yeah, who
don't
on
see
that
it.
I actually might lock that in right now. I didn't realize it would be that high. Like I take team totals under in college football a lot. This is one of those situations where it's just excuse me, a
10 and a
quarterback
half.
who can't score enough. They have to score 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and 2 field goals. All right, I'm locking this in right
Yeah,
now. Team
3
total.
scores is not in the cards for them, and 2 touchdowns almost definitely in the cards for them. So, yeah,
I'm gonna have
I
to shop that
the
line, but
Cowboys
I
would
like
have
it
to
a lot.
literally vomit all over themselves
Yeah.
profusely.
Like
It
Tommy DeVito would have to take the biggest next leap like that we've seen so far.
no, the only way I can foresee this failing is Dak throwing a pick six.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I like
Yeah,
that. I'm gonna
yeah,
actually lock that in. I got minus 130. I know use Pickett, shop your lines, as we always say.
yeah. Did you have any other NFL leans?
No, I don't. Any other bets you want to get out for I let everyone go?
No, not really. Yeah, no, I said everything in NBA. There's 2 games. We'll be back with a bigger
Cool.
slate tomorrow, and I'll have a few more NFL bets that I've made by that point too.
Excuse me. Yeah, tomorrow I will have my NFL. I'll have some college football. I
Yeah,
have some NHL. So everyone,
nice.
first of all, appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, use Pickett Sports to shop your lines. Sleeper picks. Use code GoldBoys for up to $100 deposit match. For Josh Lander, I'm Brad Thomas, and thank you to our producer Tone. Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.